My name is Evelyn Rose Reynolds, Toots, for nickname. October 29th, 1933, in Schreiber, Ontario. And I remained here. My spouse's name is Douglas Frederick Reynolds, and we've been married 61 years. We were engaged a year too, and we met at a dance. And he would still be dancing if he could. He loves music and dance, and being in Wilkes long-term care, we go there to listen to Bill Campbell on Sundays, and he just looks forward to that. We had 2 children, Douglas Scott Reynolds and Laura Jane Reynolds, and she's deceased. And we have 5 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren and 3 great-great-grandchildren. Yes, I was a Red Cross homemaker later in life when my husband retired, and I enjoyed that. Yes, I collected for cancer research and cancer in Schreiber for many years. I worked a while at the food bank, and I looked after a lot of children when their parents went to Thunder Bay for appointments, and that was fun. Yes, and I worked for the UCW church teas and the fall fairs and at the bait tables. I worked at the Travelers Inn, and I worked at Dresswell Cleaners at the Hudson Bay in Schreiber, which is now the Dollar Store. And I had quite a few jobs before I got married. I don't know how I fitted them all in. Bell Canada, I was an operator, and I didn't really care for that job, but you can. It was in the town hall upstairs. Just plug in and say number please, how many times a day or evening, and plug into the other person, and that was it. Oh yes, we delivered bread for Scott's Bakery where I lived and was raised, and that was fun with the horse and buggy around town. And milk was delivered too, but not by us, but by the milkman back then. Oh yes, Pop, Scott, Bill Scott, he would bake the bread, and he put it on these long tables, and I often wondered how come they didn't fall off onto the floor of the dough, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He was a great second dad. Oh, I played with many friends, and we went from house to house and had cutouts and went to shows. And there was a theater in Schreiber then. And went to Scott's camp at Hydro Bay, the log cabin, and played in the sand and went out in the canoe and ran through the waves and drove our parents crazy. I used to go to the Jackfish Hotel, which my grandfather built, and help my aunt in the kitchen. At least I thought I was helping, but I loved to watch her cook, and she was fun to be with. Well, for one thing, we had a siren at 9 o'clock at night, and that meant all the children off the street. And they were to be sure to be off there because the police would come around and bring you home. And that's one thing. Yes, I like to write poetry and stories, and especially for children. And I like to paint scenery and write songs too. Oh, my grandfather had a dog, Duke, that had a medal, got a medal for saving people's lives. And it was in the YMCA on the wall, the last I heard of it. Well, he was at the YMCA when my grandparents passed away. And people used to just pet him as they went in the door. And that's about all I know, except that he saved lives at Jackfish. I think the YMCA, everybody that was connected with it, was a great building. And the men would sit out in the evening and watch everybody going by. You know, just seeing him on the sidewalk beside the YMCA. He was getting quite old then. He brought coal home to my aunt's. We would go and collect it. We're pretty good for the fires. And he was really a precious dog. There was a lot of special things happening in Schreiber. The people were like your family. Everyone looked after each other. And it still remains that way. The hills that surround us are like the arms of the people, in my estimation. And I think we all love Schreiber. And anyone who comes to visit wants to come back.